As you can see, my vanity is very marked up from my products. It's left a lot of circles, so I'm just wiping it down to make sure that all the dirt and dust has been removed. Otherwise, the contact paper will not stick. I'm then going over it with sandpaper to make sure that the surface is completely smooth. I don't want any bumps with the contact paper. So once everything has been smoothed out, I am going to take my vacuum to make sure that all the dust and other particles have been removed. Contact paper is from Dollarama, thank you. So I'm just pulling out my contact paper and I've put it to the edge starting on the right side, and I'm going bit by bit to make sure that everything has been smoothed out. I'm taking an eyelash container and just smoothing out any bubbles that may have been appearing. We want this completely flat. So once that's set, I'm taking my scalpel and cutting right along the edge. This is a lot easier than taking it with scissors. I find this is more precise and easier to do. It's very quick, it's right to the edge, and it's gonna fit perfect. Unlike if you were to take scissors prior to. Very easy. So it's easy to remove as well. You just lift up the piece that you've cut and voila, it's out. And I'm going to be using that piece, actually cutting it shorter and going to be sticking it on the two top sides because the contact paper was too short. So I am just cutting a piece that's a bit longer so it could hang over, which makes it easier for me to cut later on. Placing it down close to the edge as possible and pushing it down with my fingers so that I make sure it is securely placed down on my vanity. And as you can see, I'm pushing it down right to the edge, and then again taking my scalpel and cutting along the edges for precision. And I'm doing the same thing on the other side, just cutting a piece that is a bit longer, making sure that it is flush to the edge, pushing it down with my fingers, and then again I will be taking my scalpel exactly like it is last time. So because the second contact paper sheet is a bit too long for me to be using on the edge, I'm just pushing it up against the edge so that I can mark it where I want to have a bit more of a hangover with a Sharpie, so I can cut it with scissors. It'll make it easier. I'm just pushing down the contact paper bit by bit and while removing the backing of it so that there are no bubbles and bumps showing through, and again just smoothing it right out. And again, I'm taking my scalpel right to the edge and removing the excess. Very clean lines. I promise you it's much easier than taking scissors to it, and faster as well. You'll see that my, I guess, extra pieces aren't perfectly aligned with the big piece, but I'm completely okay with that. I just needed a very clean surface. I didn't like how my products had left a bunch of markings on the wood. So now that it's covered, it's much cleaner looking. It kind of does look like real marble from a distance. Obviously, when you go closer up, it looks kind of fake, but I don't really care. It looks legit to me and it does its purpose. So I'm just placing all of my items back on, and I think everything looks nice. Much better than before, I have to say. And there you have it, your DIY marble vanity. So thank you guys so much for watching. I hope that you enjoyed it.